In this podcast, we're going to talk about transduction, which is from Module 16.3. So in order for actually sensation and then perception to take place, there's something that this concept called transduction is essential to understanding what's going on. So what I'd like you to do is first try to fill in this form right here and see if you can do that correctly. Okay? All right. So in here should be receptor sites. And then here should be transforming and then delivering the neural information to the brain. Okay? Now, what are receptor cells? And receptor cells are right here, these specialized cells. And each sensory organ has different types of sensory cells. As we learn the specific types of sensation, when we learn about hearing and vision, we'll learn about those receptor sites. So for instance, in vision, we have rods and cones. Okay, so again, that's what all a receptor cell is. It's a specialized cell, a specialized type of neuron. Now let's move on to transduction. I think of transduction as a conversion or a translation, and I always keep in mind that the essential part of this, for me, the way I understand it, is that our brain does not speak waves. It does not understand the sensory information as it appears to our sensory organs. Something has to occur. The brain actually speaks neural impulse. It speaks electrochemical language. So in order to understand that, we have to actually have this process called transduction. And that is literally how our brain makes sense, literally, of the world. Okay? So again, this is an addition or more of a development. That's my dog barking in the background. Sorry about that. But I think the important part here is to remember this. At the end of the day, what we perceive is not the actual object in itself. It's not as if the picture of the butterfly, the image of the butterfly, or butterfly, stimuli is plural, that I'm viewing just get beamed into my brain unproblematically. No, that image actually translates into waves, first of all, and then those waves literally get translated into neural impulses. So what appears in my brain, so to speak, the picture we see, sight, is actually this. It's a neural representation of the stimuli, not the stimuli in and of itself. It has a lot of philosophical implications, as you can imagine. Do we ever actually experience objective reality is a question that still is very much being debated in philosophy. Okay, so transduction. So how does stimulation become sensation and then eventually perception? Again, we stick with the butterfly, so we have a stimulus. Light waves from the butterfly are reflected into my eye, right? And at that point, my eye is doing a lot of things, by the way. The eye is essential to sight. I don't want you to think that the eye is not doing anything. The eye is essential. Basically, the physical simulation, the light waves from the butterfly, they're transduced by the eye, and then information about the wavelength and intensity of the light is coded into neural signals. The second part is that the neural messages travel to the sensory cortex of the brain, where they become the sensations of color, brightness, form, and movement. And then finally, the process of perception interprets these sensations by making connections with memories, expectations, emotions, and motives in other parts of the brain. And that's what tells us, hey, that's a butterfly, right? And all the attending emotion that can go with seeing a butterfly, whether it be beauty, amazement, etc. So that's the process. So again, we're changing these light waves, right? We're transducing these light waves into neural signals. Okay, and it's amazing that process, the optic nerve is here, starts here. Okay. And this is just a review of those basic points. So again, we've gone through what receptor sites are, receptor cells, specialized receptor cells, and we've talked about what the process of transduction actually is and how it occurs.